You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. You're looking at new video from inside the Greenwood Fire. It was sent to us from a crew trying to protect structures and clear out debris along Highway 2. But when the situation got more dangerous yesterday, they were among the crews that had to leave that area. And you can see flames have swallowed most of the forest floor. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. The Greenwood Fire has now grown to more than 19,500 acres. Crews from across the country have made their way to the Northland to assist. That includes our area airports, who are now home base for many aircraft and pilots fighting the fire from the sky. CBS3's Natalie Grant is live for us at the Ely Airport tonight. Natalie, how are the smoky conditions impacting the fight from the air?
Well, Kristen, officials here tell me in Ely that the tarmac is much quieter today than it was yesterday, partially due to those calmer fire conditions, but also this morning's smoke and haze really compromised visibility and didn't allow aircrafts to take back off. Now, if you look over to your left here, you can see operations are kind of starting to kick back off again. We've seen a couple choppers go back into the sky, but that haze and that smoke is lifting a little bit than it was earlier this morning, but it's still there. Now, here at the tanker base, they house planes and choppers from across the world that are dropping water and fire retardant solution from the sky, hoping to suppress flames and protect homes and cabins. Now, if you look behind me over here, this large tanker, it can hold 3,000 gallons of that fire retardant solution that we're seeing over the sky, and that the officials say have been key in really protecting those structures in the way of the Greenwood Fire. And with that fire growing rapidly, proximity is key. Officials tell me that it's just a 4-minute flight from here to the fire and back. Kevin Merrill with the U.S. Forest Service aviation team says the closer they are to the blaze, the better.
It makes all the difference in the world. Depending on the tool that we have with the different kinds of aircraft, be it water droppers, retardant droppers, just having stuff close, it's just more product getting to the line, getting to the fire, helping out the folks on the ground.
Now, right now, they say the conditions have kind of gotten a little bit better since we arrived back at the tarmac here, but they're awaiting orders to see when they can send off a couple of these planes back out to fight the fire. Now, as I said, we did see some choppers take off not too long ago. Well, coming up tonight at 6, we're learning more about the coordination efforts going on here in Ely and the key role that plays in fighting fires like the Greenwood. For now, I'll send things back to you, Kristen.
Yeah, certainly a good perspective to see how they're trying to fight this from up in the air. Natalie Grant for us tonight. Thank you, Natalie. The Greenwood Fire burning near Isabella is now almost 20,000 acres in size, and thankfully it's not growing nearly as quickly as it did yesterday. The fire took off yesterday, more than doubling in size to the north and east and crossing Highway 1. Lake County crews expanded the evacuation zone, telling people at an additional 159 homes and cabins to leave in a hurry. Flames burned through properties on McDougal Lake, although we're still awaiting word on damage to structures. Crews were headed back into those areas today and tonight to survey potential destruction. The wind is blowing from the opposite direction as yesterday, limiting the fire's eastward progress today. No injuries have been reported. The fire was started by a lightning strike on August 15th. A reminder tonight, the Greenwood Fire Evacuation Shelter has moved. It's now being housed at the Babbitt City Hall. The previous shelter in Finland is now closed. Red Cross leaders say that's because of changing conditions and road closures. And coming up, we're going to hear from crews on the ground on their plan of attack for the Greenwood Fire. But first, Dave joins us for a first check of the weather. Dave, that wind certainly shifted differently as people all around this region are smelling that smoke today.
Yeah, that's for sure. Woke up in Duluth here this morning with that creosote smell of smoke in many of our homes, again, because of that wind shift. And so that leads us to another air quality alert. Today's update says it covers the Arrowhead of Minnesota down through Carleton County, again, because of that wind shift. And that may stay in effect through Wednesday before the winds shift again and try to blow perhaps that smoke towards Canada or at least open wilderness. Also down tonight, we're looking at a beach hazard alert because the winds have picked up. Park Point and Wisconsin Point are not good for swimming here tonight, at least until 10 o'clock tonight. Rip currents are possible. And also for the shores of Lake Superior, small craft advisory. So boating's not great tonight either. Rain did come today for a lot of towns, not much up towards the Greenwood Lake area, but some other places got towards 1/4 of an inch. Still looking at 2 lows working through the area tonight, so we're not done with rain chances. Still a 30% shot overnight tonight, giving way to a mostly sunny sky and a warm-up again tomorrow. But it won't stay that way forever. By Thursday, another rain chance comes, and I'll talk about how long that one will last in a few more minutes.
All right, thank you, Dave. President Biden is providing new details on plans to evacuate U.S. troops from Afghanistan. The U.S. is scrambling to get tens of thousands more Americans and Afghan allies out of the country by the end of the month. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
President Biden says he's aiming to stick to an August 31st deadline to evacuate U.S. troops from Afghanistan. The announcement came shortly after the president held a virtual meeting with G7 allies who are concerned about the deteriorating situation in the region.
The number one condition we're setting as G7 is that they've got to guarantee right the way through August the 31st and beyond a safe passage for those who want to come out.
The Pentagon says evacuations have been picking up speed, but there are still tens of thousands of Americans and Afghan allies to be withdrawn.
We believe that we have that we have the ability to get that done by the end of the month.
White House officials tell CBS News President Biden has drawn up contingency plans in case the deadline isn't met and is relying on cooperation from the Taliban. The Taliban has already signaled that failure to meet the deadline would be a red line and has barred Afghan citizens from leaving the country.
It is a violation of the commitment that President Biden has made.
Some Republican lawmakers who received a classified briefing on the matter Tuesday say the Taliban shouldn't be dictating the timetable.
We should stay until every single American is able to get out of Afghanistan. We should explain that this is what is going to happen, and anybody in our way to stop us from bringing an American out will be in danger.
With the deadline just 1 week away, the U.S. has deployed helicopters and troops in select spots in Kabul to rescue stranded Americans and Afghan allies. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The Pentagon says about one flight is leaving out of Kabul every 45 minutes. The U.S. has also designated 4 different military bases in the U.S. to house evacuees once they reach America. About 1,100 Minnesota National Guard soldiers are helping with evacuation efforts in Afghanistan. The soldiers were already in the region, serving as part of a response force based in Kuwait. They flew to Kabul, where they are now working on airport security alongside active duty Army and Marine units. The Guard members are also providing humanitarian assistance to people evacuating, including U.S. citizens and Afghans who helped the U.S. Still to come on Live at 5, after 2 years of filmmaking, local documentarians can finally sit back as the community enjoys their finished product. We'll have more details as we take you around the Northland after the break.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3.
At the DTA, we're making your bus ride even safer. You can now buy your ticket anytime, anywhere, using the new MyDTA app for mobile fare payment and trip planning. Contactless, safe, convenient.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
When we ask you to shop Prime Appliance, we want you to experience a real appliance store where we have hundreds of brand name appliances always ready to go during our in-stock sale. Get these full-size capacity LG front-load laundry pairs, just $18.98 with an electric dryer and $19.98 in gas. You don't have to order these GE built-in dishwashers starting at just $4.99. Financing and delivery always available. Prime Appliance, it's a real appliance store and the best place to buy your appliances. Let us prove it to you.
This is one of the many planes that's flying over the Greenwood Fire, protecting your homes and structures. We're getting an inside look at the efforts in Ely tonight at 6.
Some towns did get a bit of rain today. I'll talk about the odds and more to come.
This show is about connection. Not even 2020 and socially distancing ourselves are going to get in the way of that.
The Kelly Clarkson Show on CBS3.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park, a beautiful view of the beach. But due to the high risk of rip currents on Lake Superior, the Duluth Fire Department has issued a warning for dangerous swimming conditions on Park Point beaches. Rip currents can be life-threatening to anyone entering the water. Until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, they're asking everyone to stay out of the lake there, regardless of your swimming experience. And Dave will join us in just a few minutes with this week's full forecast. But first, let's take a look around the region. Northland Boy Scouts putting on a free night of fun in Hermantown and a 125th birthday celebration in 2 Harbors. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland city by city. We start off tonight in Chisholm for a cinematic celebration. For the past 2 years, local documentarians led by renowned filmmaker Matthew Koshmerl have used the resources available at the Minnesota Discovery Center's filmmaking workshops to compose some factual films. Now, these filmmakers and the community get to enjoy the fruits of their labor with a showing on Thursday evening. For those intrigued by the evening's productions, the filmmakers will be answering questions after the shows. Next, we head to Hermantown, where kids will be enjoying a night of free fun. The Voyageurs Area Council Boy Scouts of America are hosting Play at the Park tonight at Hermantown Elementary to give kids the opportunity to have a great time while learning about Cub Scouts. The event kicks off in about an hour and will feature an ice cream social, relay races, and fun on the playground. The event is open to elementary age students and will wrap up at 8 o'clock. And we wrap up tonight in 2 Harbors for a weekend-long celebration of 125 years of history. The Edna G. Tugboat was born in Cleveland in 1896 with the purpose of serving Duluth and the Iron Range. After it returned, it became a community staple, serving as a museum ship. 2 Harbors residents will celebrate their iconic ship with a huge lineup of live musical artists, art contests, a rubber chicken toss, and of course, tours of the Edna G. For more information on this weekend's celebrations, you can head to our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead and send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, conditions worsen with the Greenwood Fire. We're live in Finland with the details after the break.
Today's rain chance paid off for a few towns, about 2/10 of an inch here in the Twin Ports. Up north, not as much, maybe only half at best. Other places getting a little bit more, and still a little more possible tonight. We'll talk about what's coming around for tonight, tomorrow, and beyond after our break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Looking for a new garage? Maybe a home or cabin show? Call Economy Garages to make your visions a reality. With over 40 years experience and over 9,000 buildings built for your friends and neighbors, you can trust us to get the job done right.
Call Economy Garages when you want it done right.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota L-Series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
No one serves you better than Bullet Implement.
Yeah! Here you go, sweetheart.
It's your first savings account.
A savings account? Imagine
Imagine the possibilities.
Oh, no.
But I really wanted a basketball.
You may dribble me.
Imagining a bright future? Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Do you have carpets in your home that need to be restored and cleaned after a winter's worth of muck has been dragged through your house with pets and kids and all these sort of things? Now's the time to have your carpets professionally cleaned by ServPro. Call ServPro today.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash.
This is one of the many planes that's flying over the Greenwood Fire, protecting your homes and structures. We're getting an inside look at the efforts in Ely tonight at 6.
Some towns did get a bit of rain today. I'll talk about the odds and more to come.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, we did get some rain today. Really not that much, not as much as expected, but we're not quite done with this first rain chance either, and it is only the first rain chance. So up north, where they really need it, the Iron Ranges to the Canadian border, bubbling under 1/10 of an inch. 2/10 though here in the Twin Ports, 1/4 inch for Aiken, 1/3 of an inch around Solon Springs, and 1/4 towards Hayward, and around 1/10, bubbling just under again here for places like Ashland and Ironwood. Well, 30% chance for more rain tonight, a break tomorrow, but more persistent rain chances do come from our area here on Thursday. It might last all the way through the weekend. Talk about that, of course, after a look at the current conditions, which include 70 at this moment at the airport in Duluth. The relative humidity is 65%, so that's a bit thicker and hopefully helps to ease the spread of forest fires around our region. An easterly wind going 14 miles per hour may not help too much in that department, but it's also helping to keep our temperatures down a little bit. That easterly wind off the lake always does that trick. 29.88 inches of mercury is our barometric pressure, and that's just a little bit lower than normal. Hopefully low enough for clouds and rain, like we mentioned, at least through tonight before tomorrow's break. Current temps, mid to upper 70s for the Upper Peninsula. In Wisconsin, they're going roughly 67 to 71 on the South Shore and 75 to 79 inland. Similar tale to be told in Minnesota with 59 to 66 right by the lake, and then 72 to 79 degrees for a lot of the eastern or western inland areas. Temperatures tomorrow perking back up even into the mid-70s by the lake. Now, current Doppler map shows not much action happening at the moment. Just a few scattered showers here and there, especially in northwestern Minnesota. This is the action from earlier in the day that brought at least 1/3 of an inch of rain to places like Solon Springs. But we're hoping for the wraparound of the first low pressure system here to keep a rain chance going till after midnight here tonight. And here are the 3 low pressure systems. By tomorrow, they'll be off towards our east. And then higher pressure advances in to make it sunny for Wednesday, but really only for Wednesday. There's another trio, well, it disappeared on me here. There is another trio of lower pressure systems taking shape off towards the west. We'll look at it on this image here. One towards Nebraska, one around Idaho and Utah, and one in northern parts of California. They're just troughs right now, baby low pressure systems, but hopefully they reach adulthood, maturity, from Thursday all the way through next Sunday and bring us the rain that we really need. Now tonight in Minnesota, the low temperatures will be roughly 54 to 63, and there's still a 30% chance for the rain. Wisconsin and Michigan actually has a 50% chance for more rain, which is good news there. Low temps in the lower 60s. Tomorrow, sunshine breaks forth with a brief visit of higher pressure, and we get a mostly sunny sky for Wisconsin and Michigan with highs from 76 to 80. For Minnesotans, mid-70s by the lake and about 73 to 76 degrees farther inland. So tomorrow's going to be one of those days where it's actually warmer by the lake thanks to a northwesterly wind and compressional heating. Extended forecast, up and down temperatures anywhere from 65 to 75 for the week ahead. But the big thing to pay attention to, of course, is the chance for rain that begins with a 30% shot on Thursday, bumps up towards a 60% chance Friday and Saturday, and still lingers towards a 40% round on Sunday.
All right, thank you, Dave. The Greenwood Fire's rapid growth forced some first responders to evacuate their posts yesterday. Heat, wind, and dry conditions were the main contributors to that spread. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo joins us live from Finland near the Incident Command Center. Kendall, you spoke with fire management officials today. What's the latest on current conditions?
Well, Kristen, the weather conditions out here today are much more favorable than they were yesterday, just east of the fire. Now, I did speak with fire officials who told me that they have several people still fighting and that the conditions today with the cooler temperatures and high humidity, that actually makes it easier for them to fight the flames. But that was not the case yesterday. Fire officials knew Monday's weather conditions were bad, but they hoped they wouldn't see the substantial growth that happened, forcing first responders to draw back from their posts. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and firefighters were able to return to much of the affected areas today. Clark McCready works for the Eastern Area Incident Management Team. He was inside the command post when the evacuation was going on and listened to the radio chatter throughout the process. McCready says he was extremely impressed with everyone's teamwork throughout the intense situation.
It was one of the most wonderfully well-coordinated efforts to move people out of harm's way that I've experienced in about 20 years.
Now, that's a huge feat, considering there are 40 volunteer fire departments helping the main crew battle the flames. They had as many as 100 of their units dedicated to structural protection. Crews have arrived all the way from South Dakota, Georgia, and Colorado. The command team is drawing on resources from across the nation when they are available. And as of today, there are at least 400 people assigned to the Greenwood Fire. While these cooler temperatures certainly are welcomed, McCready tells me that what they really need is several days of soaking rain.
Yeah, our hats off to all of those firefighters helping with the Greenwood Fire. And of course, Kendall, we are all keeping our fingers crossed for that soaker. Thank you so much, Kendall Jarbo, for us tonight. Thanks, Kendall. In Duluth, students are now ready for the fall, all thanks to the helping hands of our community. As we mentioned in yesterday's City by City, school and city leaders hosted a back-to-school event at the deck today, handing out supplies and offering helpful resources to kids and their families. There was even a job fair, a food giveaway, and outdoor games to play. Scott Van Dale with Chum told us it was great to see all of these Duluth partners come together under one roof for the same cause.
Normally we're just stuck in a parking lot by ourselves, so this year's a little more fun and a little more interactive for parents and families just in general to get all the supplies they need.
Thanks to Essentia Health, students were even able to get a COVID-19 vaccine. In the coming weeks, the hospital also plans to offer more vaccine clinics at some local schools. Still to come, the latest on the two infrastructure bills that have just made it through the U.S. House. Stay with us.
At Lift Pro International, we have custom designed and fabricated lifting, weighing, and rigging solutions for more than 40 years. With a worldwide presence and reputation, we need world-class insurance to match. This is why we trust Cindy of Vernon Insurance to make sure we're fully covered no matter where in the world we're doing business.
Protect your home, vehicle, or business, and your peace of mind. Call Cindy at Vernon Insurance today.
When we ask you to shop Prime Appliance, we want you to experience a real appliance store where we have hundreds of brand name appliances always ready to go during our in-stock sale. Like this Whirlpool 20 cubic foot smudge-free stainless French door, only $19.44. Or get this deluxe extra large capacity GE laundry pair, only $15.98 with an electric dryer. Financing and delivery always available. Prime Appliance, it's a real appliance store and the best place to buy your appliances. Let us prove it to you.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Do you have a family history of heart attacks? Are you a heart attack survivor? If you answered yes to one or both of these questions, then this message may save your life. No magic pills or potions, just pure science and early detection. If heart attacks run in your family, or if you're a heart attack survivor, you're more likely to develop a second one due to your unique genetic makeup. That's why you need an easy-to-use heart attack genetic test kit. The absolute truth of it is, this genetic test kit may save your life. Call right now to get your test kit mailed directly to your home. If you're on Medicare, you can have this test done at little to no cost. Call now to qualify in minutes. With early detection, you can take action to help prevent suffering from a heart attack. Call the Heart Attack Screening Helpline at 800-299-9598. That's 800-299-9598. Because there's so much more life left ahead of you.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS3.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
The U.S. House of Representatives is hoping to wrap up its business by the end of the day after approving a measure to advance both the bipartisan physical infrastructure bill and a larger budget reconciliation package that focuses on the president's human infrastructure priorities. Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill.
The resolution is adopted.
President Biden's two-track infrastructure agenda is one step closer to moving forward after key procedural votes in the House.
This plan will create good-paying jobs, put money in the pockets of American families.
Democrats know their proposals are unpopular. They can't even get their own conference to agree.
House Democrats reached an agreement Tuesday morning on next steps following a late-night standoff of negotiations in the Speaker's office. The deal guarantees a vote on the Senate-passed bipartisan physical infrastructure bill no later than September 27th, after party moderates threatened to withhold support for the larger budget reconciliation framework that addresses child care, health care, and education.
I don't believe there's a single member of my caucus who wants to see our important work ground to a halt over process.
For weeks, Democratic leaders have sought to link both measures, though the larger spending bill must still be negotiated with the target date for a final text by mid-September.
The future of the budget reconciliation bill is still in flux. A spokesperson for Arizona Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema told Politico she will not support its $3.5 trillion price tag, and Democrats cannot afford to lose a single vote in the evenly divided Senate. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
After the infrastructure vote, the House Progressive Caucus released a statement saying its members will not support the bipartisan physical infrastructure bill until the budget reconciliation measure is passed.
We've got a packed broadcast for you tonight. Our Back to School series. The entire country is facing a widespread teacher shortage. What it means for our kids heading back to school. The CBS Evening News is now just minutes away.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to go ahead and smile.
Hi folks, Joe Namath here with a new message about your Medicare benefits. You may be entitled to transportation, meals, and expanded coverage for dental work that includes extractions, fillings, and dentures, all at no additional cost. Plus, depending on your zip code, you may be entitled to the Medicare benefit that adds money to your Social Security check every single month. Call and get everything you deserve. Call now. It's free.
I'm on a fixed income, so I called to get money added to my Social Security check. They helped me so much.
I called to save money on co-pays, get prescriptions, transportation, and my dental work covered. I couldn't believe I was spending money I don't have to spend.
Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline, and you can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-916-5591. That's 1-800-916-5591 now.
When you live on the Iron Range near a mine, you feel the blast happen. The ground shakes. I remember in school, our school would shake on Thursdays at 11 a.m. So we would feel it, but we never got to see it. I want to go to the communities and find stories that haven't been told yet.
High on Mining with Kristen Vaki, Tuesdays at 10.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Tuesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. We learn more about the efforts being made to contain the Greenwood Fire. We heard from a member of the U.S. Forest Service aviation team about the different types of planes they use to fight the blaze. As conditions improve, they will be able to send more planes into the sky. And tonight at 6, an update on a massive $900 million construction project in Duluth. We'll hear from Essentia officials about how long it could be before they open the doors to their new Vision Northland expansion. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.